Hey there folks, this is Rational Ginger. We're here with another collaboration video with my friend Pimperville 2. We are...
How you doing?
Say hello to the nice people, Pimperville. It's okay, they won't bite, I swear. Today we are bringing you a little skirmish gameplay for Halo Wars. It's just 2v2. We're going to be going up against the AI. Just to kind of show you what the multiplayer is like. It's kind of hard to predict what people are going to do in actual multiplayer. This is a little bit more controlled environment. Let's see here. And then the main thing you're going to want to do, and Pemberville, feel free to chime in anytime. The main thing you're going to want to do is just get your base up and running as quick as humanly possible. If any of you have ever played an RTS, you know how this works. Get supplies going, explore the map. Make sure nobody's preparing to, bum rush you or anything like that. Probably won't happen here with the AI, but it's just something to keep in mind. Let's see here.
Yeah, true. I tend to go for a lot of supply pads myself in the beginning just to get a good money supply going, and then I build a couple turrets and I pump out some units. But it really depends on who you're playing with, because I know me and Rational Ginger here usually play pretty well together on these real-time strategies, even though we have a little bit different build orders, but it seems to suit our play styles.
Yeah. Main thing, like all RTS games, you want to make sure that you build up at least a small defense at the beginning. And for those of you who don't know, you get to choose the different faction leaders in multiplayer, and the UNSC, gets a lot more variety with its abilities as opposed to the Covenant, who are more or less the same, but they have hero units, whereas our heroes more or less just affect our powers and the special units we can build. I'm going to build a couple more supply pads real quick, just to be safe. And you can see I'm scouting around, grabbing all the loose supplies that are around the map too. Now the interesting thing, and I apologize if you hear the sniffling. I'm trying to cut that out, but it's allergy season. I'm not having fun with that. All right. Where's the other enemy at? Oh, it's random, so the other one's UNSC. Okay. I forgot. I thought I made both of them Covenant, but I did not.
Oh, you just made them random.
Yeah. Well, I figured that would be more fun,
Yeah, no worries, yeah. So now on my screen here we've got 4 supply pads, another one on the way, so we'll have a total of 5, and I've already got 2 turrets up. I'm about to have a third one. That's kind of my build order. I've already got a couple Marines going. I'm going to get some more of these Warthogs going here.
Yep.
Gunner, research.
Main thing you want to do if you're UNSC is the first thing you want to do is make sure you upgrade your Warthogs to at least have a gun. Because that way they can at least defend you, because otherwise you're probably going to have to wait till you build Marines. And unless you're playing as Cutter, which Pimperville 2 is, Marines are not... I don't find them to be that useful. ODSTs, on the other hand, totally useful, very good. They're great for taking down enemies, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of not a fan of them.
Yeah, the regular Marines, I think they take a while, like he was saying, and I like them when you eventually will get an extra slot for another Marine, and then whenever you get the medics, that's when they start getting to me to where they can actually start fighting the Covenant. Until then, they're kind of like, like you were saying, it's just kind of. They're not the best of units, but it's kind of just cannon fodder for everybody else.
Exactly.
Just don't tell them that.
Every time they die, you're just thinking, man, what if they were 2 weeks from retirement,
I had a family.
Well, they're with God now, just like you.
So at this point in the game, I start upgrading all my supply pads to the heavy supply pads. Now, who's the other race or the other leader that you can choose, and they automatically start out with heavy ones, but I've gone with this guy.
That would be
so
Sergeant.
I'm gonna have to.
Oh, sorry,
Sergeant Forge, is that what it is?
Yeah, Sergeant Forge. For some reason he starts out with heavy supply pads, which is cool and all, but I don't know. I feel like it gives him a massive advantage over everyone else. I mean, that's gonna sound weird, but
no, it does, because each one of these, whenever you upgrade them, it's like having 2 of each at that point, and you start rolling in the money. As you can see, my supplies are like going like crazy now. So.
Mine are a little on the low side, but it's okay. I tend to have a different priority as far as build order goes. Especially with, I'm playing as Anders, and Anders is all about air power. She can use Cryo Bomb, just taking a look at the different powers here while I wait for these buildings to finish. She can do Cryo Bomb, which will freeze all enemy units, and I believe I said in a previous video, this will destroy all enemy air units. All of them. They will drop from the sky and die, so it's extremely powerful if used correctly. Let's get a couple Hornets going, and a couple more Warthogs. And then we'll go on the offensive a little bit. Now, I generally do not build turrets until much later in the game. You know, if your units get in trouble, they can always run away, but those turrets are basically stuck where they're at, and there's almost nothing you can do if the enemy just decides to, you know, wreck your turrets. So let's see.
Yeah, that's very true.
You're like, oh god. Alright, I want one more Hornet.
At this point, I'm going to go and try and expand a little bit.
Yep.
Hopefully I can capture this base. Usually with my second base, I do a bunch more supply resources, and then I end up going for the air power on my second base.
Yeah. And there are a few different ways to approach this. You could just designate one base, like, you know, Pimperville was saying, as a supply base. You know, you could just say this base's only purpose is to have supplies. You don't do anything else with it. Or you can spread it out a little bit. Like on my second base, it's probably going to have a reactor, 2 supply pads, or no, and mostly supply pads, and then another air pad, because I've already got the field armory. Oh, that's not good. That's unfortunate. I got your back.
Yeah, they came kind of quick on that one, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Luckily, their tanks are pretty useless against air power, so they're not going to be able to hold on very long. Alright, I better go kill their Arbiter, because he's a jerk. I need one more of those. Let's do field armory. Let's do reserves, so my training time is reduced. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not good. They might do a little damage to my base. That was actually smart of them. They made sure we were a little bit distracted. And as you can see, they had a hero unit, the Arbiter. And the Arbiter, he's tough, but not... He's not invincible. In the hands of a skilled player, he would be very dangerous. But in the hands of the AI, he's kind of worthless. Alright, I also am going to...
So with this base... oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'm going to expand out to a second base here. So go ahead, man.
So at this point, like I was saying, I built a bunch of these supplies so I can recoup some more of those. I did build another reactor. I usually upgrade 2 of the reactors, and that's pretty much all you're going to need throughout the game is 2 fully upgraded. And then I usually build this field armory, which gives you the research for your units, makes them much more powerful. And then, like I said, I'm going to eventually get this air pad going up whenever I get my second reactor up and running.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and build a couple of turrets back at the home base. Can I upgrade my turrets? Yes, I can. Alright. I'm going to take out this rebel base real quick. Now, the thing about the rebel bases is they're pretty strong. Like, they'll be able to destroy your warthogs pretty quickly. But here's the thing, and this is how I generally take them out. If I just have warthogs, I destroy the turrets first, and then I just stay on one side of the base, and then they can't hit you. Their turrets... For some reason, the rebel turrets don't have the range of your turrets, so they can't hit you. You can see they have 2 turrets on the other side of that base, but it didn't matter because I was so far over it. You know, I was too far away for them to hit. Alright, kill that guy so I can get some more supplies. And I will... Alright. Now the bad thing is when you clear out those rebel bases, you don't immediately get access to the base. You have to wait a second in order for it to kind of, you know, be free up, essentially. Alright, let's do that, grab those. I might be able to build a second reactor pretty quick. Now you want to make sure, if you're building a base and you're about to get attacked, just like in most other RTS games, you want to destroy, well, you don't want to destroy, but if you're getting attacked as soon as you're building your new base, just cancel it. You'll lose the resources if they destroy it, and you don't want that. There we go. Let's finish that off. Just want to clear out this other base real quick. Probably going to lose a warthog, but that's okay. Now, you can see here, these units have stars above their heads. what that means is that those enemies actually got into a fight with the Covenant. And because they did that, they leveled up because they were actually forced to, defend themselves. Alright, so we're just going to blow that up. Come on, guys, what are you doing? Gotta get this third reactor up first before I do anything. Alright, we're just going to grab that. I'm going to build one more Hornet just in case. Let's go ahead and upgrade that too. Because once I have that, I can start upgrading my other stuff.
Reactor complete.
Now, as far as air units go, the UNSC only really gets 2 of them, although, because I'm playing as Anders, I get a special variant. We have the Hornet and the Vulture. The Vulture is like a giant not orbital, but like a giant floating battleship. And it can decimate enemy bases. Oh, okay, it looks like Blue's getting ready to do something. Oh, he's going full Spartan. I'm not going to build a third base. Oh, it looks like they're coordinating. That's unusual.
We should be good. I've got plenty of units and plenty of turrets at this point, and then if I do need backup, I think Rational Ginger's got enough units here, but there are quite a bit of tanks, as you can see over here.
Yep, no worries.
And Rational Ginger, like I said, he's got the air power so far, and I'm going like mass ground troops.
Yeah, between your turrets and my my air power, we're doing okay. Now, you want to be careful with those enemy Spartans, and because they can jack your vehicles, which really sucks. You running, little shit. There you go. Okay. Let's just leave them right there. I'm probably going to need them to defend later.
So we did lose a couple units, but overall we didn't lose any buildings. Our turrets are still in place.
Yep.
And like Rational Ginger said, the turrets seem to be doing pretty good, and then he can bring his air support over, and we kind of go where we're needed when the enemies attack. So that seems to be work well for us.
Yeah.
Reactor improved.
Yeah. The good thing about units like the Hornets and the Warthogs is they're extremely mobile, and you can kind of use them as a, I guess you'd call it a rapid reaction force. I don't know. I'm not in the military, so I don't know what the technical term is, but they can be rapidly moved across, whereas ground vehicles, obviously, those are going to take longer. Alright, so I've got that. My second air pad's about to be up, and my reactor's upgraded, so my tech level is at full here. And I'm just mainly going to go Hornets until I get the Super Hornet. Actually, I don't think it's called the Super Hornet, but it is what it is. Alright, where are we at? Reinforcements. I won't do that just yet. I would say, as far as reinforcements go, it should be your last upgrade that you try to get, because you're not going to max out your army very quickly. You really want to spend it more on... I guess maybe I'm just more of a quality over quantity type person, I try to have a smaller but better equipped army than a large Zerg force army. I don't know why this guy is flying around, but he can do whatever he wants.
And eventually that really serves us well when we played even in other games like StarCraft, because I'll build a ton of units, and it's good to, like, if nothing else, to distract the army, and then he comes in with his heavily, fortified army, and everybody's like, oh my god, like, that was only the first wave kind of a thing. So.
Exactly. And this right here, I guess it's called the Hawk Super Unit. It has a laser beam instead of the missile pods that it normally uses. And now, one bad thing about Halo Wars as opposed to other RTS games, you don't have dedicated, besides the field armory, you do not have a dedicated research structure. You have your buildings, which build certain units, which are also research buildings. But the problem with that is, while you're researching, you can't build units out of that building. Now, you get around that by having 2 of the same building, and it's no problem. Better upgrade that too. Build a couple turrets just for minor defense. Alright.
So at this point, like I was talking about earlier with my inventory, now I've got the medic getting ready to be upgraded. So I'm going to add a couple more Marines to my units at this point.
Yeah.
Hawk research.
There we go. Now I can start building the Hawks.
And then I will eventually build one super unit, my Uber unit, which is the Vulture.
Mm-hmm. Well, looks like they're back, but they didn't learn their lesson last time.
Yeah, so let's have them get back to the turrets. There we go.
Alright, pull back, guys. Here we go.
And they were smart enough to pull back as well.
I'm impressed. They're not usually that smart. We're only playing against normal AI, though. We're not playing against anything crazy.
That's true.
Alright, you know what? I'm going to heal my units real quick. And that's one of your powers, is you can actually heal all your units. Alright, more Hawks. Actually, before I forget, do that too.
Turret complete.
You can see we're just getting a ton of supplies now, so we don't really have to worry too much about, you know, our supplies running out or anything like that. And come on, one more. Once I have about 10 Hawks, I'm going to probably go on the offensive and see if they have a secondary base, which I'm kind of wondering if they do this time, because it seems like they're a little bit better equipped than the last time.
Yeah, that last game was kind of, they were weak sauce.
Yeah. Alright, so now I have, is that one still building? Yes. Okay. That should be more than enough. Now, in bigger games like 3v3, you're going to want to try and have more than 2 bases. You know, 2 is just not going to cut it. But, oh wow, he brought a bunch of flamethrower units. That's what those are. Okay. No, but pro tip, don't ever use flamethrower units. They're not that great. They can kind of blind the enemy, I guess you would say. Oh, here we go. Looks like they took these defensive towers in the middle of the map. And that's the thing, every map has different defensive structures you can take. But most of them are pretty useless, especially against air power. It doesn't help you to park a bunch of Marines in a tower when you're trying to fight off a huge air force or something like that. Okay. Cleared the way. You can see, though, when your units are garrisoned inside cover like that, they hold on a lot longer. They don't die quite so easily. Alright, guys, where are we at? See, he's trying to reinforce his units, which is, I don't know. Probably shouldn't have done that. You can see the Hawks are much, much faster. They just obliterate everything. You see, nothing really stands up to them. Only other air units can really take down a Hawk, or maybe Gauss Hogs, maybe. Maybe not even that, though. Alright, where are we at? Okay, I should have 2 more. If I can get about 20 of these guys, I think we'll be in good shape. And to be honest, that's complete overkill. We're stomping the AI right now. There's no 2 ways about it.
Yeah.
But you don't want to lose units, you know, on a stupid...
Enemy engagement.
Oh. Hey, maybe you want to get away from our base right now. Come on, guys, turn around. There we go. Oh, that guy kept going. My bad. And you can see they're trying to blow past him and go after my base, but they're so worn down, they're not going to get the chance. And that tank just walked right into, you know, 4 turrets, just obliterating him. That wasn't really smart, but, you know.
He's so hell-bent on getting through that.
I mean, I'd give him this. He's got some determination. That's, you know... It's a mark of a true hero, you know, when you're a good guy, but since he's not. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just do a few upgrades. I can really only build 1 more Warthog. I do wish that there was a mod or something to make the unit cap a little bit higher, to be honest. I feel like 40 is not high enough.
Yeah, it would be nice to get a little more bigger battles like you see in like StarCraft and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, one of these chuckleheads I bet has a secondary base down here. Nope, still another rebel base. Pro tip, if you've got a lot of firepower and you don't want to put up with the rebels, just shoot their base. Because once the base dies, the turrets die. And that's another kind of flaw in the game. I'm not knocking the game, I'm just saying it's got a different style. Hey, look at that, he had a second base. Keyword on, you know, emphasis on had. Obliteration! There we go. Alright. Let's see what else these guys got. I'm gonna see if I can sneak up behind old Blue here and just knock his base out real quick. Yep, he hasn't even upgraded his supply path. He's crazy. I guess he was going for a strictly ground, and he built Scorpions because he apparently thinks that tanks are great against air units. Not really sure what the philosophy is on that, but alright, we're gonna pull back and just blow up his base, mainly due to the fact that once I knock that base out, he's pretty well screwed.
Focusing land. Research.
Alright, real quick, I am going to drop a cryo bomb on these guys. Oh shoot! Yeah, see what I did there? I accidentally got my own hawk caught in that cryo bomb. That was a mistake. That was a rookie mistake. Won't happen again. Pull 2 more of them up. You can see no matter what blue does now, he's pretty well done. I suspect most of his army was away getting ready to fight. They were probably getting ready for another assault, and we just caught them by surprise. Alright, guys. Fire, fire, fire. Now, you have to be careful, especially when you're going up against other players, because oftentimes they'll let you take out one of their bases and then they'll run away. Which is smart if you think about it, because essentially then you can live to fight another day. Alright, keep attacking. And if you want to get a higher score, if that really matters to you, because there is an achievement for having the highest score in a skirmish or multiplayer game, is don't destroy the central building, just destroy the outer ones first. And what that will do is will give you a higher score, because if you just destroy the center one, I believe it just counts as 1 kill. Alright, guys. And I think his arbiter must... Nope. That was it. Alright, folks. So let me show you the stats screen real quick. You can see I had a higher score, but it... You know, we go back and forth on that. We're not always... you know, one of us is not always way higher than the other one. You know, sometimes it just depends on the game. But on that one, I was able to get my Hawks and my Hornets up quick enough to start taking out a lot of damage. And you can see I lost 4 squads, but again, I built fewer units. Whereas Pimperville, he built way more units, so consequently he lost a few more. But, you know, in the overall percentage of it, it doesn't really matter. You know, we killed, you know, X amount, and he actually ended up killing more buildings than me. Because you can see, no wait, that's buildings built, my bad. Where's the one building killed? Okay, never mind. Disregard what I said. I don't know what combat efficiency is. It just says 5 and 3. It says I was 5% efficient. And then you can see on the economy, you know, he had way more supplies than I did. But I went out and gathered more crates. So, you know, technically we probably averaged out the same on supplies, max tech level.
Yeah, that's true.
Tech research. I just didn't care about research as much. Once you have the Hawks and your cryo bomb, it doesn't really matter. But as you can see, you know, it's fairly straightforward. Halo Wars is not it's not the most complicated RTS, but you know, it's plenty of fun, and if you like the Halo universe, it's definitely worth playing. But that's gonna do it for today, folks. If you like this video, as always, leave a like, and if you want to see more content similar to mine, definitely check out Pimperville's channel. I'm gonna leave a link in the video to his channel. He actually does a lot more guides and that sort of thing. Well, guides and, you know, strategies for different games, you know, more so than I do. I tend to do more about quick plays, let's plays, and maybe a few discussions on the nature of the game or maybe the story. But you know, his channel is definitely worth checking out. If you guys got any questions or comments, just leave it below, and we will catch you guys next time. See ya.